Yo, buddy.
How's it going, Becky boy?
Not much. Are you live?
Yes, I thought you knew that.
I didn't know that. I'm just but I looked at the time. I was like, maybe he's live. Okay, cool. Yeah, what's up, bro?
Yeah, pretty fucking late. I heard that Aiden has been kicked from your Discord server. Is that true?
Fuck, Kaz.
Has the cope? I'm just saying, have the cope chord pogroms begun?
So, I got asked. So he hasn't been kicked from Parliament because I got asked about kicking him from Parliament, and they said it's up to me. I was like, if he doesn't give out any docs information in Parliament, I don't care, because it's a space where people get to fight. However, the admins for Cope Court were like, look, I'm not listening to like these audio logs apparently, which I haven't heard. Can you send these to me, please? The ICVC logs.
So since
like the cool logs.
Since joining the Twitter space, I got demodded, and after complaining about being demodded and saying that I'd already screen capped the mod logs of who deleted particulars, because I know that Aiden's preparing some document or something to try and expose me.
The VC calls with Aiden.
The ones that got leaked on Twitter?
Yeah. Can you just send those to me? Link them to me. Because I literally woke up like an hour ago, so I've been pretty dead.
Oh, okay.
So the admin heard those. They were really unhappy. And they were like, we don't want Aiden in the space. I was like, well, as always, it is up to you who is in Cope Court. I don't make those decisions, but I'm not going to fight you if you kick him. So yeah, he was removed. I didn't even realize he was in Cope Court. How did anyone even notice this? Has he ever posted anything in Cope Court? Dude, I don't pay any attention to my own Discord server, but...
Dude. Totally fucking hands off. Don't even realize the fires are going on.
Yeah, I didn't even think anyone would notice. I was like, who cares? It's a fucking Discord server. Who gives a shit? Yeah, how did you hear about it? Because this happened like 3 minutes ago. I don't know. Timestamp for when the request came in. Like about I was going to get back. It's 23. This was 15 minutes ago. This conversation, literally. How the fuck have you heard about it?
I've got fingers in all sorts of pies, dude. I've got ears on every wall. I know. Okay. Even the things that you think that nobody knows, I know. All right. Somebody just said it in fucking chat. Yeah. Thank you. I think there's been a mad dash to try and figure out where this leak has come from Icy. But I mean, so far as people are out, I don't think anybody fucking knows.
It's a public Discord. I'm sorry, it is. This whole cope of you have to be in for a certain amount. It is a public Discord. This is the gay. This is possibly the gayest part of the drama. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. How many stories have we covered where people have gone, oh, well, this is a private Discord, you can't leak our safe space, and everyone's told them to fuck off. You know, I just, I don't know. It's like the whole...
I mean, it is every single fucking time. Yeah.
So gay, man. It's so gay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, I guess the question would be, like, anywhere that you're not comfortable sharing, like, I don't know, your PII or your private information, like, that is probably to be considered somewhat open. Right? Like somewhere that you're not even happy having your fucking secrets, you know? You should probably not be expecting that to be completely fucking private.
DMs generally, right? That's how these things happen. Like
that's true. Yeah. Do you want to listen to the Icy leak together?
How long is it?
There's a 6 minutes and then there's another 6 minutes. Okay, we can get a flavor if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a flavor. Share screen. I'm interested. Hold on, let me.
There you are.
Stream up so I can see your chat as well. I'll be social.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I'm streaming it to you in Discord if you want to watch it there.
Perfect.
Whoops. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Oh, okay.
Tommy C is on it.
Okay.
I didn't dox her.
You literally did.
Nope. Dude, now he's justifying the act. Oh my god. And this is bad, buddy.
Hey, Hayden, come on, dude.
Wait, hold on. I was told this was like much later. So this is me having a conversation with Aiden IRL then through Aiden's microphone. I think that's what it sounds like. I'm still in his hotel room.
Okay, how am I not supposed to fucking make fun of his wife? She's literally balding.
Maybe by not saying her full name, full legal name, and where she worked. What does she do at the I'm on my.
Okay, I asked somebody to fucking go through this and double check it. I'm guessing Soul is just like repeating the information that he fucking gave. Cool. Okay. That stream segment is over. Nice.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck is Soul doing, dude?
Well, I'm glad that this happened on your stream rather than mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to painstakingly go through and like cut out the bits that Aiden was fucking leaking information yesterday. I do not want to do this again. Okay. I mean, thankfully, Aiden has already claimed now that like that was all fake and that was never real. So it is what it is.
Do you know what? Here's a question. You and Queeman do not care about this Lio convoy stuff because, you know, why would you? Do you think it is weird to turn up to a meetup with other people and start talking about the person you're A-logging and obsessed with? Do you think that's a weird thing to do as a content creator?
I mean, it's like as weird as talking about, I don't know, like trains endlessly or or your stamp collection. I just think Aiden's hyperfixation is the streamer known as Lio Convoy. That's it. It's like yeah, sure. It's weird. It's a little fucking autistic. Yeah, I agree.
Bro, it's so Joe. I mean, we did the like Twitter space. Do you think Aiden has a path to redemption?
Okay. So the optimal path, the truth path to redemption, was going to be day one. We have a conversation. Says he's in the wrong. Sticks to that. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Great. He's already apologized, right? He's already taken the fucking L.
Mm-hmm.
What more is there to like litigate and stuff? The problem is, if you go back on an apology or you go back on taking the L, and then you want to try and take the L again, you don't really get a second bite of the apple. Not truly.
No, that's true.
So I think that it could probably be lessened. There's still a way to be able to like, if there's an optimal path that he can take to be able to like, I guess, minimize damage. But I feel like even that at this point, like there have been so many fucking blunders in the way that he's managed it that not truly. It's always going to probably be a stain on his reputation. What do you think?
I think that families are off limits. I think they have always been off limits. And I think that there's a difference between like laughing at someone's picture and then maliciously going, I've got your wife's information and I'm going to come after her and like, you know, I'm going to contact her. This is what she looks like. Just because like, one of the things that's like being kind of true through all this is like people have got at me over the Lio stuff because they can't get to Lio because Lio won't interact with them, which is fine, which is cool. And understandable.
I heard you say on J-Stalks last night that it's like all drama streamers. He just refuses to speak to them blanket.
Yeah, when I was covering Lio, when Nick was covering Lio, not Nick, sorry, Chris was covering Lio, he was just like, I am not going to have a conversation with you. It is not just an Aiden thing. He just does not interact with drama streamers when they are covering drama about him. The only reason Lio ended up talking to me at all was because multiple people from his own like old mod team, people he's known for years, like Queen Seraphina, were all pushing Lio to talk to me privately. Because I was friendly with them. And by that point, the drama was kind of over, if I'm honest. So it was like, yeah, this is pretty standard for Lio. Because one thing that Aiden said is like, well, Lio won't talk to me because he's scared. But Lio has had those conversations that have like torn him to pieces before. Like his conversation with Vlad, Gilded Pooh, with Kumu, with Akumu, with Mali, with Ponda. All through the drama in 2024, especially the call with Kumo that happened in Thunderdome, really damaged Lio. It is Lyo admitting that he basically like didn't do anything to stop people fucking up Kumo's life, despite the fact that he knew that Kumo was like kind of innocent at the time. So he will have those conversations. He's done them before. He's like things that would like could do far more damage to him in the community than Aiden was ever going to. Or the Aiden's heard the leaked mod calls that happened where his old mod team is going at him over the Jib stuff or the Raven stuff, which are all calls Lyo knew would be uncomfortable and could do infinitely more damage to him. So again, he's being a bitch. I've maintained this standard. I haven't changed. He is being a bitch and cucking content by not talking to Aiden. But I refuse to call Lyo a coward because he's not. He's just being a bitch. These aren't the same things. I think it's important to be, accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I probably agree. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like focusing at all on Lyo now is like it's in the fucking wing mirror, you know? It's not gonna happen. A debate between Aiden and Lyo, if it was ever going to happen, it's not gonna happen. I think you said that you were willing to host it or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I said
that's not happening.
Server. That's the whole reason Parliament existed. I was like, I will host and moderate a debate between the two of them. If they'll agree to it, I'll fully get involved. But like I think Vlad made a really good point. Like, Vlad was the original person to really go after Lyo from kind of a more drama-y commentary shit postery side. And the reason that happened is because Lyo went after him first. I think there's a criticism for Aiden in the general ACC sphere of Lyo has never done anything to Aiden. Like, he's never talked about Aiden. He's never, like, he hasn't gone and done a stream about him. He's not made some insane accusation against Aiden, which he's done to plenty of fucking people. So it's like, well, Aiden's got all this outrage that Lyo won't talk to him. But it's like, I think a lot of people in the group are just like, well, why should he? He's not, this is just your autistic obsession. It's a one-sided war. Lyo's, I've said, again, consistently, if Lyo went and did a stream on Aiden, then he'd probably have owed him a conversation. Not now. Now he can go and stream on Aiden because Aiden started talking about his fucking wife. But Lyo hasn't done that. What's he done? Tweet at him a couple of times? Do we hold this standard for anything else? Like, if you tweet at somebody, you have to have a fucking conversation with them? I don't...
I guess there's been recent development in the standards about who owes who a call over what. And it just feels like whenever there's a challenge made, that people believe that the person who's been challenged deserves or needs to call the other person or like have a debate on live stream. I've got to be honest, it doesn't really seem like a moral standard. It seems like slightly self-serving like content standard, but it is what it is. I think the main problem is going to be like, how do we treat people like Ban Empanada when he gives information about people? Everybody's skeptical, right? How do we treat UTTP information about people? It's always with like a level of skepticism, if not outright dismissal. And I feel like this is the space, maybe not to that extreme, obviously, but Aiden's putting himself in the exact same space now, to the point where, if he has a conversation or if he makes a video about Lyo Convoy, a lot of people are just going to go, oh, yeah, that's the guy who like doxed his wife. Right, okay, of course. What's he going to fucking say? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean...
It just, like, it stops it dead in its fucking tracks.
Yeah, and again, Aiden has said things about Lyo that just are... I mean, again, it's the Icy Chat statement of, like, well, he encouraged a minors to make CSAM. That's a serious fucking accusation, Aiden, and you're throwing it out in what is essentially a public Discord server. What the fuck are you doing? And there are standards to this commentary shit, and people get called out over hyperbole all the time, especially when it's directed to a hater crowd, because I'll say this, it's not just random fucking comments, because I got contacted by somebody like outside all of this going, I didn't realize that Lyo Convoy was a pedophile and maybe people need to go after him, and why are you defending him? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they were like, well, I've seen Aiden's coverage of him, and Aiden was talking about him being in a server full of minors who were sharing pornography because Aiden was like confusing something about the FCK story. So like, this does breach containment. And you have to be like careful with like serious accusations. I don't know what else to say about it. It just seems pretty obvious that if you're not, it's going to come back to bite you. And as this has spiraled, Aiden's now just sort of gone off the fucking deep end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, although, I mean, with the standards that Aiden's holding to debates now, pretty sure that Aiden and I have spoken about that on call before. And he said, well, no, actually, yes, I do think that it's excessive to say that Lyo Convoy was advocating for the production of CSAM. It's like a polemic way to say it. It's not. It doesn't really capture what actually happened, but it's technically accurate, even if it's a little excessive.
No, it's not. It's not technically accurate at all. It's just not. It wasn't. I don't believe it's even his suggestion on the call, and it's not even a suggestion for the production of CSAM. It's like, it's not even to the minor. It's a clip from a call of 3 people who are not even like having a conversation with the person in question. And while it's like a fucking insane call to happen, it literally is an idea one of them has and then dies in the call and has been blown out of all fucking proportion. And this is the problem. It's like you're making statements that, like, there is plenty of stuff that Lyo Convoy has done, which is fucking egregious. Like the Jack stuff, or the stuff around Jibs, or the Rosa call. You don't need the hyperbole. Why add in the fucking hyperbole? It's just, it just seems ridiculous. Because again,
I mean, getting away from the hyperbole though, because okay, so far as you're aware, because this is what I'm aware, is that Lyo Convoy was on a call with somebody who was, I believe, a minor. I don't know exactly what age they were, whether it was like 16, maybe 17, I'm not 100% sure.
Sure.
But at some point, they're talking about being abused by their parents. They say, I can't get away, I can't leave the house, I can't get out of this like housing situation. And Lyo says, I've been in a similar circumstance when I was younger. What I'd probably recommend is set up a camera so that if you are abused, you've got something to be able to prove it. Because oftentimes victims of this kind of abuse never have that kind of proof.
I have no knowledge of this. I've never heard this claim before.
Okay.
That camera story, the minor was not on the call for that camera story. I don't know. And this, again, like you were saying, well, I don't know about the hyperbole. You've just told me a story because of the hyperbole that is completely inaccurate.
Right, so the minor... Yeah, I'm getting this from chat now. Exactly. The minor wasn't even in that call, then.
So again, this is my fucking point. Like, Aiden says something hyperbolic, and you go, well, you know, there's hyperbole to it, but the minor was on the call. No, they weren't. That's the problem.
Right, okay.
Does that make sense of why, you know, it's kind of annoying?
Yeah. Yeah, I do get that. I do get that. Okay. Where did you hear it, Dickers? Well, I heard that through Aiden and Aiden's community.
Yeah, okay,
talking about the Lyo Convoy stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind then. Fuck it. I mean, this guy's like doxing his wife. Can we really take his word seriously? I mean, come on, dude. Has this guy proven himself to be a reputable figure?
It was like Vida and Coyote who was on that call with Lyo, both of whom are adults, both of whom are... by the way, both of whom are creeps. Like, Vida was, I believe, sending pornography to a minor, and Coyote tried to get pornography for hypnotist Sappho. I think it was both of them on the call. But, like, yeah, they're, you know, they both were burned from the community long ago. So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I think I've got Cal in my chat right now saying, if you can find Aiden saying that verbatim, that'd be cool. I'm talking about a conversation that Aiden and I had on a voice call, because the whole contention was here, from Aiden's point of view. This is why. So this is some of the context around it, right? Aiden said that, sure, saying that he was advocating for somebody to produce CSAM is excessive. However, this is not the advice that Lyo Convoy should have given the minor. He should have given the minor better advice, sent them resources where they can escape, whatever the fuck. So that's the context, right?
Okay, but that advice was never given to the minor in question. at all. It never happened. So,
Right.
like,
Feels like an
That's what I
important
mean, it's
qualifier,
like-
but okay.
yeah, it does, doesn't it? And again, it's there are plenty of things to criticize about Lio. I have done a lot of that over the years. But it's like, I think it's important that I think it's important for the same reason. This is why Jar got away with things for so long. People would hype up claims around Jar that weren't either you couldn't fully substantiate or weren't accurate, and then he just went, oh well, look, they're lying about me for years, and he got away with it. So it's like, this is why when you're commenting on somebody, you need to stick to the facts. You can joke and things, but you need to make sure that you're not going off the fucking deep end, because otherwise, well, I mean, Aiden's a good example of this now. You just burn yourself.
Another night, Jordan, we could not find anybody.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, okay. This looks as though this might be where the claim comes from. Hold on. Are you still on the screen share?
Yeah, sure. Play out.
Okay. Here we go.
Another night, Jordan, we could not find anybody who would take Jordan in for the night. So we told Jordan, and we were spitballing these things. So it wasn't something that went into action, but a spitballing idea.
We told Jordan. So to be clear, Lio did give this idea to the child.
Was for Jordan to keep a phone or something on recording in case somebody came in, so they could at least forward something to the police if something did happen. So not the same.
So then you're saying yes.
Right, okay. So that seems to be where the claim comes from. It's this conversation that he was having with Barbie and Stardust.
Yeah, that's a misquote. There's never been like the conversation was between them. It dies in that conversation, and I don't think Jordan was ever told about it at all.
Okay. I mean,
So,
that's not a misquote. He's saying that Lio misspoke there?
Yeah, misspoke. There we go. Yeah. I'd have no. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember this ever coming up that that Jordan was ever actually told to do this. I think the suggestion was to tell them, but then it was no, because even in the call they're talking about the fact that it wouldn't be doable anyway. Because, like, what if Jordan's stepfather, I think it was, found the phone or something? Because they had gone through every route at that point. They tried contacting the police. They tried getting Jordan out of there, and they were just well over their heads. The conversation shouldn't have happened in the first place, and they shouldn't have been involved with it. But I don't think that suggestion was ever made to encourage Jordan to record CSAM. And I'm not sure what the actual claims of what Jordan's stepdad was actually doing to them was. I don't think it was full-on sexual abuse, though I'd have to go back and check the story.
Fair enough. I mean, if you want to be ambivalent about the exact claim made, then that's fair enough, I guess. I'm sure a lot of dialogue will be sprung from the exact words that you have just said, so that that should be interesting. That should be interesting to see. Yeah, I think I've got a few people from Icy Chat right now giving sweeping emojis in the chat. Okay, you might end up in the document, bro.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Beckett. I'm sorry to say.
Again, this is part of the problem, though, right? Let's say Aiden does end up with something good on Lio, because part of the problem is that so much of this has been debated through the years that we're down a rabbit hole where we're relitigating things that were all dealt with in 2023, 2024. Hold on one second. What did I say? Look, the worst you can say about the conversation was Lio prioritizing context of the Jordan stuff. You can't say he was pushing to create CSAM. Well, I mean, that conversation wasn't content. It got recorded, but not by Lio. Lio did bring Jordan onto a call much later, because Jordan had 3 separate groomers. And one of them was a live streamed confrontation when Jordan was I think 17.
Right. Okay. 3.
Yeah.
That's ended up with I don't know, 3 different types of cancer at the same time. What is going on? Is this just the ACC? It's just is this just how it is? Okay.
I mean, it's how it was. That's why there's so much drama going on with the Ponder stuff, because it's It's people coming in years later and picking through things. And it like there was a huge pedo hunting community in it. Like the person Aiden had on Finnegan to talk about Lio was part of like a separate pedo hunting community called the Fox Mafia, who were like in the pedo hunting civil war that happened in like I think 2022, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So you sort of
Right.
like
Okay.
again, so much of this is very retarded.
This is just so fucking wretched and torrid. I feel like, okay, even if it's not Aiden, somebody needs to go through and make a full, big video explaining, like, all of this stuff. I feel like I've watched, like, a decent amount of content talking about Lio Convoy drama, and this just seems completely opaque to me. Like, I just don't, I'm not even picking up, like, details, or I'm not even remembering different hooks here.
Video. Lanza has a good video on it.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll take a look.
Online. But yeah, it's yeah, it's kind of like Twitch poll. It's very similar. There's a lot of like random characters from the background who either don't exist anymore or matter for like 20 minutes. Like and so
Yeah.
knowing the characters kind of matters. I was watching some of Chud's coverage today where he was like, you need to treat it like a safari and not like get involved. And there's a lot of truth to that. But the problem is that you miss an awful lot of context of why random things have happened or why somebody hates somebody else. Because there's like some random shitter that somebody will have an issue with from years ago, and that'll affect how a story unfolds. It's all interpersonal. Yeah, look.
I mean, for the people involved, it sounds like decent content. I remember the fucking Twitch poll drama was pretty fucking jammy, pretty fucking good. But yeah, from the outside in, it feels like you really do have to get like in depth in the community and fucking like wade in that shit to be able to even understand, like what people are talking about. Fucking AIDS,
unfortunately,
so fucking AIDS. Yeah.
Ultimately, and it seems to drive. Ultimately, it seems to drive people insane, right? Because we went back to Aiden, what, like a year ago? I don't think Aiden would be trying to release information on somebody's wife and saying that he's going to like contact someone's family. It's like this shit seems to have infect people.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's like it is. I will fully fucking accept. Okay, it's incredibly dismissive. It's super dismissive. It robs Aiden of all his fucking agency. I just don't think that Aiden like truly believes any of this stuff. I feel like he wants to argue it down because he wants to hold on to this position. Because if you convince other people of this position, then he has done nothing wrong. He's got nothing to take the L on, nothing to concede on. I think Aiden's done something while he's drunk, impulsively. And then all of this is just an attempt to be able to justify it, rationalize it, convince other people that it's okay. I don't think Aiden he even held the standard like a few months ago, never mind a year ago. I mean, he stumbled over when I asked him about the Willie Mac show stuff. That the original docs is what's immoral, but then the spreading apparently is like totally fine. I mean, how does docs information get around? Also, what is the actual concrete difference, right? The only difference that I could think of is that somebody who's originating the docs is putting a lot of effort into finding it, and then they publish it.
Yeah,
whereas somebody who spreads it is putting minimal effort into finding it. Because both people are recognizing that it's personally identifiable information. And both people are spreading it with the intention of more people's eyes getting on it.
Well, okay, so
whether it's
my
1 to
standard
100
with the
or
Willie
100 to
Mac
200.
It's very simple. Like, it was once it was like had breached containment and was on Twitter and was being tweeted out by Destiny, was being like talked about on multiple streams. You're just talking about information within a story, and that originates from Bad Empanada. That's like Bad Empanada is the person who breaks that containment. Once that containment's broken, with coverage, it's kind of like you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. The problem with this situation with Aiden is he is essentially functioning as a Bad Empanada because the information that was around on Lio's wife was seemingly, he's like, well, it was on Kiwi Farms. It was like, okay, it was on Kiwi Farms years ago, buried in a schizo thread. It's like, oh, it's on this YouTube channel with like 9 people. Nobody's seen that.
Well, nobody's stumbling across that. right?
Yeah,
Like Aiden himself
once
has even
you're the-
said, and I've heard somebody else say this, you have to type, well, I'm not going to say exactly how, right, to find this YouTube channel, but you have to like go out of your way. You have to be intending to find this information about Lio's wife to even find it. It's not a big
If
YouTube
you're the
channel
one
at all.
doing that and then pushing it out, you're the one breaching containment. It seems very, very simple to me. So now, if somebody says something about Lio's wife during the course of this, or you play a clip, I don't consider you like spreading docs information. I think you're just covering a story that's ongoing. But that Aiden doesn't have that excuse because he's not the quote unquote like origin point, but he's the like megaphone for it. He's played that role, and that's why he's fucked. If he'd got someone like, dude, if somebody else had done this and he was covering it, I don't think there'd be a serious issue. It might be a bit like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a bit of a social faux pas. Like it's not the nicest thing to do, but people only know any of this information now in the general sphere because of Aiden. That's the reality. Whereas that's not true of Willie Mack's docs. People know the general information because of Willie Mack. Of Bad Empanada.
Bad Empanada. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still.
I mean, the difference breaker is going to be like a 7-subscriber YouTube channel versus a Destiny retweeting Gato Fumador. I mean, collectively, how many impressions? When people were covering this stuff, how many impressions did those quote retweets have?
Yeah,
I think it was hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
Well, I said this last night to Just Talk about Sunday. It's like Sunday was first doxed long before his name became public. There was a Twitter account that basically used his full name and his face and was like commenting under people's tweets, and people just blocked it because it's like a little Twitter account and it's not considered like. Is actually an even better example. If somebody comes into your chat and starts spamming a content creator's name and address, do you then say, oh, fuck, this random chatter's spread this person's name and address. I can now call such and such content creator John, and the next time in a debate, I'm going to go, how's the weather in Arizona on, like, such and such street? Obviously, nobody thinks that way. You know,
well,
just because
the parallel breaker there is probably going to be, like, the permanence of being able to search out this information. Like, you can't go into Google and find what somebody's typed out in, like, a stream chat. But even say if some A-log or some UTTP member has included this in like a teeny tiny shitty YouTube video, like you can just go like straight to the fucking parallel, because this has happened in this space. Like there are people's names that I know of content creators, not because they've shared it with me, but because that I've stumbled upon a video where some schizo A-log is exposing their like PII. It's still not on, is it? It's still not cool. Even if it's on like a what you'd call like maybe a normie platform like Twitter or Instagram or YouTube. Just because that person hasn't yet taken that down, you understand that it's being spread for the purpose of harassment. Like, that is like the immediate recollection, or the immediate thing that you realize when you stumble upon one of these pages. Oh, this is somebody trying to fuck with them. This is somebody trying to, like, harass them. Yeah. Especially when the YouTube channel points to and links to other big UTTP creators or UTTP channels. What are we fucking doing here? Like, you think this is fucking, like, locked down? You think this is secret? It's obviously not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it seems pretty dire to me. I don't know, again, as I said on Twitter Space, as I've said multiple times, if this was just a content creator's name, maybe there are some arguments that you could make about Kiwi Farms or whatever, but it's not. It's a family member. I think it's over an obvious line.
Yeah. I mean, when he was doing it to Lio, even if Lio wasn't public with his name, I mean, if you've, had a serial history before of, like, I don't know, like, doxing everybody else, or, like, serially doxing people, it's like, you're kind of already wading in that mud, right? Are you really going to be upset when you get, like, dirty, or, But yeah, it's, like, totally fucking different. Dude. You asked me this question at the outset. I don't know if I asked you, or, what do you think about Aiden having a redemption arc, or coming back to the light, or, like, fixing the shit?
I mean, again, like, I've defended Aiden quite a lot, all the way through. When the stuff happened with Parry, and Nick kind of cut him off, I defended Aiden. I was like, this doesn't seem like Aiden's fault. I think this is ridiculous. I did that publicly. Through this whole thing, I've been like, Lio should have a conversation with Aiden. Aiden is reasonable. I think Lio is cucking the content. I think it'd be good content. Yeah. I don't know. This seems like such a hard fucking line. I'm clearly annoyed. I'm going live about it in like 40 minutes. I'm actually dragging myself from deathbed to talk about it because I feel like I kind of have to. I'm just jumping on other people's streams at this point. Might as well do my own.
Yeah. That's
but you know, I don't know. I said to you, leak our conversation. Fuck it. I said to you, I think Aiden needs to shut the fuck. Apologize privately to Lio and shut the fuck up. That's what I think Aiden needed to do. And if Aiden had done that, I'd probably have defended him a bit and been like, yeah, look, he was drunk. It's not that big a deal. Shit happens. Don't spread it around. And he needs to take a step back. I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed. I thought he was smarter than this.
I think when I spoke to Aiden about that, he basically said that like Lio is the equivalent of Britbong, and if you apologize to somebody like Britbong, are they going to use that against you, or are they going to take it as like a sincere apology? That was his contention. He thinks that Lio would just like weaponize that information, or just weaponize that against them. The fact that he's like conceding to it, admitting to it. I mean, if nothing else, in the wider sphere, even if Lio does breach containment about it, or he does fucking go crazy about it and publicize it, at least you've got the fact that he was drunk and he's apologized to be able to like ease all of that pain, right, or soothe it. Because if Lio knows about it, it's coming out one way or another. And now the fucking icy group, the icy VC has been leaked. It's always going to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I just don't. The parallel just doesn't make fucking sense either. Like, Lio is not Britbong. When Lio is doxing people, it's because he feels as though they've done something very, very wrong. He thinks they're a fucking paedophile. But he's doing it with what he thinks to be a kind of moral reason behind it. People like Britbong don't do that, right? They harass people. They fuck with people. This is how they troll people.
Well, yeah,
right?
I mean, and I said this multiple times. Aiden now agrees with Lio Convoy. He can say what he wants about the morals and ethics, but fundamentally, Aiden agrees with Lio Convoy. He agrees that there are certain situations where you can breach personal information and use it against somebody if that person is bad enough. And it's like, I don't know how you're going to fucking criticize somebody for doing what you're agreeing with. Like, Lio's old arguments for going after certain people and why he did these things are exactly the same arguments Aiden is using right fucking now. And again, he's been heavily criticized. And like, Lio has been heavily criticized for making those arguments and told to knock it the fuck off.
Yeah. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's 1-to-1, but yeah, I mean, they both got a really, really bad standard on the exact same topic that leads to them being able to like dox people. I mean, I don't think, has Lio ever doxed somebody's family member? I know that he's told somebody to like put their mum on the phone.
To my knowledge, Lio has never released information on somebody's on someone's family.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think so.
I just don't think that has ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean though. There's a parallel to be made there. Oh yeah. Okay.
Like, again,
when is your last recollection of Lio doing this stuff though? Doxing somebody?
2023.
Wait, actually no. Wait, that's not true. He's done this like somewhat recently actually, because we spoke about it. Was it 3 months ago? 4 months ago? He was sharing around a Google video with a certain lawyer's information.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if that was shared around. And
he posted it on Twitter.
Oh, he did post. Okay, so that one, yeah, that one was in response to information that was like already out or like he was goaded into. I mean, I criticized him for sharing it at all.
It doesn't excuse it though, does it?
Yeah, like what's a way to put this? That video had already been out for a significant amount of time. He shouldn't have shared it. But it's like it wasn't unknown in the community and the conversation anyway. I don't know if I'd give the same level of criticism to this, but it's criticizable, sure.
Okay, let's just
don't
stick
think
with
I'd
the
call it
binary, whether it's criticizable or not. Because I'll say, at least for my purposes, I had never seen that information before Lio shared
You're
that
not in the
information.
ACC.
So, yeah, but I'm in the commentary community, and
Yeah, but
Lio's stuff still pops up on my feed.
Sure, but this is like, that's in response to ACC stuff. Again,
No, I know, but the fact that you are publishing it on Twitter, a public platform, means that it is going to go to people maybe even outside of your community or in tangential communities.
Yeah, but then then we get to the wider question of like, at what point does a doc's information become public to talk about, right? If thousands of people have already seen
this person isn't
video
even a creator.
No, they're not. But it's not like. But that's okay. They're not a creator, but that information came out as part of the like Barbie stuff in like 2024. And it was widely shared within the ACC, which is Lio's community. Like, many people, because lots of people looked into it. Now, I get on well with Barbie as well. I don't, like...
Yeah, but Barbie isn't just in ACC. She's in the commentary community, and she's in the Twitch poll community. So her information would be relevant...
yeah, I mean...
That's how I first met Barbie. I think it was in Destiny's Discord, and then later JStalk's Discord.
So this is a difficult one to litigate because there are like narratives on how much of Barbie's information is actually public. Now that video isn't accurate anyway on many of the things, but it's like some of like her name and things has been public for a while anyway. I think when that leak happened, not leak, when that tweet happened, I basically said I wouldn't cover it, but I did like say that it shouldn't be shared and that Lio shouldn't have done it. And I haven't like changed on that position. But in the same way that like I'm not saying like Aiden is like doxing, I'm saying Aiden is spreading dox information. I think I said the same about Lio at the time, which isn't the same as what Lio was doing before. Right? Like Lio is directly doxing people in previous kind of dramas.
Yeah, sure. I think okay, this is maybe tangential and slightly irrelevant, yeah. I would say that Lio has still been sharing docs information, spreading docs, as of 2025. And it's reaching people, since he's republishing it, they haven't seen that information before. About somebody who was originally not widely known. But yeah, so again, I think it's probably easier to stick to the binary that it is wrong, right?
Yeah, sure. And like, again, nowhere in this conversation have I said that it's not. Right?
Good.
But this is part of the problem with the ACC stuff as well. Like, the standards over there are kind of fucked. I think the main thing as well that's like important to remember about Barbie stuff was the reason that it got shared at all was because Lio was so pissed off that like Barbie like ripped him apart in their conversation, and he continued to be ass mad about it. Right?
Yeah, so it's got like a malicious motivation, right?
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think I agree with that, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm with you where, I mean, like going after somebody's family member is a completely, it's just completely fucking different, isn't it? It's just totally fucking different. You're now bringing in somebody who, you know, you're sharing information that could be used for the purpose of harassment, like very, very easily, if somebody wants to weaponize the information that Aiden gave. And it's just somebody who's just not involved in any of this stuff. Like, as much as you want to talk about the Rosa call, or, like me, like the Barbie information getting leaked, his wife doesn't do any of that. His, kids don't do any of that. His parents don't do any of that. Because, I mean, realistically, where does it stop?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it like,
I think
until the wife divorces him, she's also fair game? Until the parents estrange them, are they also fair game? I think that it's like, maybe you can make some kind of like retarded gay argument why it's fine to go after somebody's life partner and not after their family, but that's going to be like very, very thin degrees, and I don't think that's going to hold up.
I mean,
if you're trying to make an argument,
she has no pressure. She has no presence at all. It's obviously fucking retarded to drag her in at any level. And this is true of anybody. Like, you don't bring in people's family members. It seems like a very simple rule that we've all known for ages and that we all embrace very quickly. Just on the like Barbie thing as a final thought of it, you know, I think I've been pretty consistent on this kind of stuff. Like when the Willy stuff happened, funny enough, and you and Queeman were all accused of like doxing Willie or spreading his dox information, I think I pretty much said the same thing, which was like it's reposting information that was widely known within the community or been shared on Twitter. And I like again, it's retarded to not like blur it. But I've also defended Willie sharing Cherry's stuff from Kiwi Farms. So I'm pretty consistent on this. I think it matters if you are the originating point of it getting microphoned. I think that's where it becomes important. And I think this.
Well,
is
I mean,
the case
somebody's
today.
like personal audio, whether this is going to be like the further distribution of non-consensual pornography. That's probably going to be a slightly different type of argument than dox information, right?
Yeah.
In any case, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think it's a case where if you're reporting on something, which you are, and you're reporting on something that's like a core part of the story, which it is, I think you have leeway there. But I mean, again, no one has to share this standard with me. I'm just saying that's been my consistent standard, not just with Lio, but with multiple stories that have happened over the last 2 years.
Sure, yeah.
So
I think it's probably going to be like a sticking point that I don't know if people are going to be able to get around. If people want to try and like defend Aiden, or if Aiden wants to defend himself, the fact that it is like his wife. Because I've heard some people try and make the argument that, oh, well, actually, you know, if you think about it, Lio has invited other people from his community to like stay in his home, and then drama has arisen from that, and she's been mentioned. That's one argument that I've seen that people have said, well, actually, she is involved in that stuff. I mean, my retort would probably be that, like, I've had Aiden over to my place. Not to stay over, sure, but if Aiden met my girlfriend there, is her PII then forfeit? I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
No,
Or Hellbent's friend that she invited to the club with us. If he then gets... I mean, I think Parry mentioned him. He got involved in some of the club drama, or some of Parry's stories. Is his PII then like free to give out? Hellbent's friend, that if somebody's pissed off at Hellbent, they could probably not, right? Obviously not.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think Aiko wants in. I've got like 5 minutes if we want to add Aiko to the call.
Sure. Or we can hop into my server and I'll drag her in. I think she might be in my server.
Just can you just add her? I don't wanna
Oh, to this group
fight
call. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Dude, I don't want my fucking DMs jammed up with a bunch of fucking like group calls and stuff. Okay, here we are. We're calling.
No worries. What's up, Aiko?
Hi.
What's up?
I just wanted to say, the thing with Willie Mack including the audio, you think that it was reasonable for him to actually include a portion of from the recording?
Did he include a
Yes.
portion from the recording?
Yes, he did. She had to strike him. And she requested that he she messaged him to ask him to take that because he actually posted the beginning where before the sex, but you can hear her voice talking to him, and she.
I think okay. So I think there are better ways to.
Wait, hold on. Let me just finish what happened. So she messaged him to ask him to remove that, and he told her to take it up through YouTube and made her like privacy strike it. I think that's crazy. It's illegally recorded. I don't know. It seems insane to like. I don't think hearing it added anything to it.
Sure. I don't think I disagree with you. I just don't think. Okay, I think as a commentator, when you're covering stories, stuff becomes like what's the thing? Becomes spread through the public sphere, and then you end up talking about it. Like,
yeah, that wasn't anywhere.
Well, it was.
The recording wasn't like out there available. People didn't know that was there.
Wait, did people not know it was? I thought it was widely known that recording was on KF.
No, it wasn't. And like he didn't have to include it too, the portion where she like hears her voice talking to him. That's like humiliating, in my opinion.
I didn't realize he'd actually recorded. He'd actually included the recording. I thought he'd shown a screenshot of where it was on KF
No.
itself.
No.
Right. Okay.
But people didn't know it was on KF either. But yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
think
interesting.
I think yeah, I think
Okay,
adding
that's fine.
that
Yeah, I
is
mean,
crazy.
I think when you're talking about something like this, where it's sort of, I suppose this comes down to how much of a public platform KF actually is. I didn't realize that that wasn't kind of publicly known anyway. I'd have to think about it.
I think also, even if you are okay with him mentioning it, which I think is separate, like having her a portion of the recording, the illegal recording, and releasing it into the world through your video is crazy to do. And not taking it down at the victim's request and making her do the extra legwork.
Yeah,
to
I mean, I agree
privacy
with you there. I agree with you there. But I also think like I've included recordings like that I was given, including like the therapy session
This is going to be a somewhat
that Claire had with her father, and that was privacy struck, and I kept it up because it is relevant.
It wasn't
to the
a
story.
sex tape.
No,
Was
it wasn't.
it?
But
Was it
but-
a sex?
well, then again, I haven't heard the actual recording for Cherry myself, so I don't know what's in it. I've never heard it.
It's the recording where they're like, he's recording her, you know, she doesn't know she's being recorded, so they're talking whatever, and then it turns into sex stuff. It's not, the sex part isn't in the video, obviously, but it's like the intro, and I don't know why that would even be necessary. It's not like people know who Cherry is, or would like recognizing her voice would mean anything.
Do people not know who Cherry is? I think within the politics community, Cherry is very well known.
Well,
right?
yeah, I mean, but like to the wider public, what is like just showing this portion of her talking to him before he, you know, before they have sex, and he just takes that audio and shares it to a ton of people, you know, strangers. Like, how is putting a portion of that audio in adding anything to it and only like hurting her?
Sure. I think it's, I'm not saying it's like a nice thing to do. I think it's callous. But I also think like plenty of things that we cover and release and talk about are highly callous. I mean, how many stories have we covered that include details of people's sex lives or leaked DMs and logs or
DMs
calls?
is not the same.
No, I'm not. And calls,
Yeah.
and conversations. I mean, we've all covered.
It's not a call. It's not like a
No,
a
I know,
call that
I'm-
was recorded. She was
No, I'm-
recorded in his home without
I'm not
him
saying it
without
was.
her knowing. Yeah.
I'm not saying. It
I
was.
just think it's a different
But-
level. It's like a
That's fine.
criminal thing,
That's fine.
so that's why it's like a little bit different to include part of the crime in with your
Sure.
video.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's relevant in this case because it comes down to the question of like when is information within the public sphere? When is it like
That
sort of
wasn't.
no one's going to bat an eye? Okay, so are you sort of like on the same page with this Aiden stuff then, that this isn't in the public sphere? Would you call it doxing?
It seems like doxing. I'm not very like, I don't know. I've only heard like some of the stuff through the streams, but if he's like posting her face and like her name and she has nothing to do with streams, then yeah, that's definitely doxing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So he should probably just take an L and move on from Leo. I liked the Lio tent that Aiden was doing. It was fun, but he fucked it up. So it stops being fun. Once you dox someone, it's not fun anymore, you know?
Yeah,
Once
just
it gets
sort of
real.
needless.
Yeah.
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 I think the inclusion of the Cherry video or like showing where to find it. I mean, it just feels probably unnecessary. I think that people probably knew who Cherry was in the Destiny drama, though.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
that people finding
definitely.
out for the first time. But yeah, it was wrong, and thankfully Willie took it out. But yeah, that was
Yeah, well,
that was
he had
bad
to.
in my opinion.
He didn't have a choice. So
But yeah,
he would have
yeah,
left
I mean,
it up if it didn't work. So
I mean, there was wider conversations at the time as well about like how much information was being released on Willie and things. I don't know. I didn't realize it wasn't as public as
No.
perhaps I
But
thought. That's fine.
Even if it was public, that it was no, like, I think that's separate from just including some of the illegal audio. That's like a different thing in my opinion.
It's fine. I mean, I kind of work on the standard of once things are in the public sphere, once things are made available, and like are widely known as part of the story.
No,
it becomes
the audio from it, no, that's not.
That's fine. Like if I'm just
thing.
wrong on this, that's fine. But
Yeah, I feel like I
kind of
covered
helpful.
the Destiny shit
Yeah.
at least somewhat closely, and I had no idea until the Willie Mac video
if
that
it's
this
not
shit
as
had been
public
posted.
as I am remembering, then I'll just take the L.
It's like, okay, would you leak would you show someone's revenge porn because it's out and about circulating?
No, but I'd certainly like.
Yeah.
But if it was a core part of a story, I'd reference it.
You
Right.
reference it, but you wouldn't put it in. Like, would you put in someone's full
Does this
dick
hold on,
pic
hold on.
and
Does
just
this
like
come back
slightly?
to like what about the
Hmm?
Hunter Avalon stuff that happened? Because when the Hunter Avalon stuff happened, multiple
stuff?
people will the stuff around Hunter Avalon's wife. Where Hunter Avalon's wife was like like there was sexual images of Hunter Avalon's wife, and that was covered by multiple content creators.
Oh, I
who
didn't
showed
cover
blurred,
that.
Yeah, again, who showed blurred
Stardust
images.
got it on, got in trouble, right?
Multiple people, like there was a huge
Yeah.
fight about it between Star and Chud's community because like I think
Because Star
Cream
didn't
covered it
blur
as
it,
well.
right?
I think,
Yeah, I don't think that was good. That wasn't good. I don't think you should.
Well, I don't think it. Yeah, again, like I don't like the kind of ethical talk. I think a lot of what we do in commentary is fairly morally neutral at best. It's rather we're on the like good side. We talk about people's worst moments on the internet.
Yeah,
But
I mean, we all have our
all
own
I'm saying with this
standards.
is, like, yes, I think those. I try and be consistent as possible, and I think there are plenty of cases where we have covered stuff which would be seen as a little bit fucked up to release, and we've talked about it or shown it on streams. That's happened multiple times with multiple creators, and
It's illegal, though. It's like it's an illegal recording. You can't disseminate that. I mean, I don't know if she could do anything about it, but it's not. I don't think that you just because it was already out doesn't mean, or it was already available somewhere. I don't think you can just include
well, again, I think this comes down
stuff
to
like that. I'm not
again,
sure.
I think it comes down
what
to
the
like
rules are,
public
but-
knowledge about it, right? Because once Bad Empanada has made the video on Willie, and once Destiny is tweeting out Willie's docs information, I don't think that anybody who was talking about that or showing information, whether it was Queeman, Dickers, or Just Oak, was further spreading the docs of Willie Mac. It had already breached containment to the point where it didn't matter anymore. And I said that at the time.
It's different because that's like
Sure.
personal information versus like, the violation of that audio. I'm just saying, like, it's not me, and but if that happened to me, just speaking for myself, that would be humiliating to have in a video, knowing like it's like this is what happens and what comes next. And then
Yeah, again,
like, that's
I'm
also
not saying
out
it's
there,
I'm
so
not
that's
I'm not
like-
saying that this is a good thing. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
good. I'm just saying that like with stuff like this, it seems that the standards here are have been loose for a long time.
I don't.
that's,
What do you think, Dickers?
About the audio.
Yeah, including a portion of the audio from the secretly recorded illegal audio of them having sex.
Well, I mean, it could have been fucking worse, right? You could have included like a
It
sexual
could've-
portion or something that would
could've.
actually like breached. I mean, that's what the reason why we care about non-consensual leaking of pornography, right? Because you're leaking kind of a sexualized aspect of somebody that they don't want out. It's like almost definitional.
Mhm.
But if he's leaking things kind of like, I don't know, leading up to it, unless it's for a very particular journalistic purpose, I feel like it's probably unnecessary. Now, I think I
But
got to it.
Unnecessary isn't the same as like this is morally evil to do, right?
I'm not.
Well,
Well,
saying
yeah,
it's
but
evil.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying without some other argument to be able to say that it's like super justified and it's okay actually to be able to spread this around. If you're giving people, if you're advertising the fact that this is available, especially to an audience that isn't widely aware that this is available, like you can go right now on Kiwi Farms. Let me show you the post. It's got the particular tag. You can go to the Destiny thread right now and find this audio of this woman having sex with Destiny, right? I feel like given like a certain clip of that and then showing where people can find it, it's probably going to be the combination of the two, right? Because you're kind of showing people the shop that they can buy a particular fucking like type of food, right? And then you're handing out fucking tasters. That's the way that it comes across to me. That's the way that I think about it. Especially when this stuff isn't widely disseminated. Just the difference, or the parallel break with the Willie Mack information is that this was posted by Gato Fumador, and then it was already on YouTube from Bad Empanada. So it's big creator, well, medium-sized creator, big Twitter account, and then Destiny, quote retweets it. I think, does Willie quote retweet it? Anyway, at that point, I 100% agree. It's like out, it's breach containment. You've got even, both sides of the issue, but people on both sides of this are like copy pasting essentially when you do a retweet this information, sharing it further, wider. At that point, yeah, fuck it. It's breach containment. I don't think the Cherry audio ever got to that point though. Not even close, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Do you disagree with that?
I think that's fair. My point. Okay, my base point here, and why I even brought this up, was just generally with consistency with content creators. I think we need to be careful what we're like when somebody is covering a story. It's really easy to moral frog people on like the information they choose to include when you don't like somebody. And I'm generally against that. I've tried to be consistent as possible with going, well, if somebody is talking about something that is in the public sphere, and the question comes down to what's in the public sphere. If I'm misremembering this, or my information at the time was wrong, and this audio was not widely known to exist on KF or hadn't been discussed in general, and Willie is the dissemination point for that, that's obviously a different situation.
People knew it was
Sure.
that it happened. They didn't know it was like out there. Like they knew that this was circulating privately, that Destiny had sent it to other people. They didn't know that anyone
put
anything on Kiwi Farms.
I thought at the
something.
time it was the reason people knew about this audio was Cherry had talked about it because it was being shared on KF. That was my thoughts at the time.
No.
Okay.
So she'd got it sent to.
Fine, then I'm just wrong. I'm okay. Listen, I'm okay with just being wrong on something. I said this earlier on. I can just take the L and just be like, well, my information's wrong, so that changes my possession. It's fine.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Listen, I know you've been fighting a lot with Aiden, but I'm not going to dig my heels in and be like, I cannot take an L on something. If I'm just wrong on why that information was out, that's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel like this might be like one of those argumentative rabbit holes that kind of lead to nowhere and are like arguing because people already disagree on stuff, and it's a way to like bring up other things. I feel there's going to be,
as a commentator, once something is public and it's widely discussed as part of a story, you can talk about it. I don't care. That's my standard. If that's not the case with the Willie audio, that's fine. It doesn't change the fact that it's the case with many other things.
Yeah, you're right.
About them.
You're right. Not Willie, but definitely with a lot of things. I agree with that.
That's fine.
Yeah. I think the problem is going to be if anybody could super hardcore decide. I mean, it's going to come down to probably is it like a Loki's head or Loki's neck fallacy or whatever. He's like, give me the exact number of impressions.
Basically, Loki loses a bet with some dwarves, and he bets his head, and he's like, well, you can have my head, but you can't cut my neck. So the question is, when does Loki's head begin? So they can't actually, decapitate him. In this case, it's at what point does something become considered public knowledge, and at what
But I think there's probably going to be a very, very stark difference. I think most people are going to agree that Kiwi Farms is largely its own self-contained thing. You've got people who go on KF and talk about that information. And there's an understood principle that you keep that stuff on KF, and you don't repost it into other places, because that's kind of self-contained.
I would have agreed with you a couple of years ago. I don't think that's true anymore. I think there's a question of how much pickup something gets on KF, but the idea that KF exists in its own little Seethe and is only KF is living in the 2010s. It's just not true
Okay.
anymore.
So walk with me on this then, okay? Because I would say if something's on KF and only KF, then that's like the genie is still in the bottle, right? As soon as somebody starts reposting this on Twitter and it's getting like hundreds of thousands of impressions, as soon as it's in a YouTube video and it's getting like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of views, it's probably the genie is out of the bottle at that point.
Hold
Like
on.
it's breach
Hold on.
containment.
Hold
And
on,
that's
hold
what
on.
I'm saying. So
Hold on. Alex DM me and said there is an audio of the full sex. Willie posted the audio available. He didn't cut out intimate audio for her benefit. He posted what was available. The KFer refused to post the sex portion as it's too humiliating. It's not right to say that Willie could have done something worse. There wasn't more audio available. Okay, I'm not on
Right,
Kiwi
okay,
Farm,
I'll take the
so
L then.
I can't validate whatever, but that's what Alex is saying. So
That's fine. I think
fair enough then.
okay.
But going back to
KF,
the argument.
you were talking about very, very active threads as core parts of stories. We all know that KF exists. We all know that information is posted on KF. I think it comes down to how much of a story that because again, what are we going to say about the Destiny leaks themselves, where it's pictures of Destiny sucking cock? Like,
I have not seen that, and I never want to.
well, I'm not saying you have to, but like the fact that we know about it because it came out on KF, it didn't need to hit Twitter. It was such a large story happening on KF that it crashed the website. If nobody had posted anything about it on Twitter, I think that is still a valid point where you're talking about it. And that's an extreme example, sure, but there are plenty of things that are posted on KF that I think it is, once they're on KF on an active thread, I think you're fine.
I think I just fundamentally just disagree with this. What you were talking about with the Destiny leaks, you said it as you were talking. It got posted to Twitter. Arguably, that's the point in my argument where the genie's out of the bottle. If somebody like goes on to the Destiny Kiwi Farms thread and posts your information, my information,
I just don't
is that
think...
fair? Is that fair game because we're somewhat tangentially connected to the Destiny story, and it's an active thread? I don't think so.
I don't think that's no. But at the same time, I think I've said before, once you've got an active KF thread, it's understood because this happened during the Keffel stuff. It's like, well, why are people looking at Keffel's KF thread? It's a highly active thread on Kiwi Farms. People are obviously going to read it. People are aware of it. So, like,
sure,
again,
but that's going to be a point when you were talking about an active thread. At that point, I think what you're implying there, even if you're not like including it in your argument, is that it's going to be other communities that are then coming to KF to find that information, talk about that information, and possibly even share it. So at that point, it is spreading to other communities, and at that point, in my words, it's breach containment.
Okay.
Do you not agree?
I don't know. I think KF's becoming more and more mainstream. I think
that it's had a resurgence with the Destiny drama. I don't know if it's becoming mainstream.
I mean, there was a time when nobody would even say the name of Kiwi Farms, right?
That's true.
It was like a proper underground website. It's not that anymore. People will talk about KF like they'll talk about 4chan. And I don't know if the Twitter standard is the only thing that matters. I think maybe it's case by case. And it depends what's going on. Like, obviously, I'd say that if somebody's got like some shitter thread and they're like, this shitter thread has someone's docs information on it, it's fine to talk about. I wouldn't argue that at all. But in the same way that I'd be like, if somebody's docs information is spread randomly on Twitter, I wouldn't be fine with you just being like, okay, cool. Like, this happened recently with Brony Fandome. Brony Fandome was recently doxed on Twitter. His information was put out there. I'm not sat here saying, oh, Brony Fandome's name is this, and let's laugh at all these other things about his real life. I don't think that's acceptable. Despite the fact that got a lot of pickup and a lot of people knew about it. But at the same time now, if somebody came and said Brony Fandome's real name to me, I'd think that was an incredibly shitty thing to do. But I know where that information came from, and it's been widely disseminated within the people who care about that story. People are aware of it now.
Right, so it feels like now we're talking about a matter of degree. So it would be shitty, which would mean it'd still be like wrong and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Because
think it's
the whole
on
thing
same
with the
level
Woody
as
Mac.
doxing someone's wife.
Sure. Yeah. Fine. We can talk in matters of degree. That's like totally fine. Just so long as we're talking about what is immoral and isn't immoral. So the Destiny quote retweet of the Woody Mac's wife thing. When Queeman goes and talks about that on stream, or when I go and like quote retweet that, we're not quote retweeting the docs information. It's not the same as if somebody's like screen capping the docs information and reposting it. At that point, what people are talking about is Destiny's comments about it, and the fact that this information is in there is incidental, right? But it's not the purpose of people sharing it. That's not the intention. At that point, the story is so big that people's comments about it are what people care about, and that for me is like a clear sign that it's breach containment at that point. Which again, it all kind of go back to that. Yeah. I think like really what we care about when we're weighing this stuff up is how niche is the audience that this is originally circulated in, and then are you spreading it to more people who haven't likely already seen it?
Yeah, I think
That'd be me.
That's fair, right? Because like if you've got like I don't know, it's like the Mike from PA stuff where it's like. Actually, no, that's a terrible example. You're gonna have to bear with my. Let's go like the Eldrazi stuff, right? The Eldrazi doxing drama, where firstly it's information that Drazi seems to have released himself and was attached to his own account. So again, you're just finding information that people have made available about themselves, attached to themselves. You've released that, but also. In that case, does it really matter? Because nobody outside of Twitch poll even is going to know who the fuck Eldrazi is in the first place. So it's like a matter of harm and damage. Sure. And in this case, because this has breached... Actually, that's an interesting question. Because in this case, this is breach containment to wider commentary now. Does that make it worse then from Aiden's perspective? Because this is not just targeted at the ACC. This has become a much wider spread thing of Liar's wife getting doxxed.
Are you talking about in the initial post on Discord, or including all of the discussion about it on YouTube as well?
I mean, just like again, when he's, I think it's a mixture of all of it, right? Is there like a getting off point where he's like, oh shit, he should have gone, oh, this is actually getting too much. I didn't realize this would blow up so much. I'm just going to shut up and apologize. Yeah,
I feel like Aiden's attempt to leak her name on my stream, you can like indict him further for that. Yeah, absolutely. There's no argument this isn't a private Discord server anymore. He's like sharing this information on live stream in a debate where the whole contention is whether or not this is like dox information. Like it's totally unnecessary, totally unneeded to do. You just try and do like a power play, whatever the fuck. Yeah, so I'd agree with that. In terms of whether at this point, if this is your question, it's breached containment, I don't think so. I've gone back and redacted my stream, so that name is no longer in there. Morale has privated his stream. Himpleton has privated his stream. JStalk has said if this ever gets uploaded to YouTube, that's all going to get censored as well. So everybody's still making an active effort to like redact the information that Aiden has shared. I don't know if it has breach containment at this point.
I think part of it is I think part of it is that from the wider sort of like view of it, there aren't enough people who actually care who Lio Convoy's wife is for it to matter. It's only the people who are deeply invested in the Lio Convoy stuff who would care, and those people certainly know now, right? It doesn't matter how much redaction you do.
Wait, say that again, sorry.
Right. From the wider people covering it, like let's say Chud or something, they don't care who Lio Convoy's wife is. Right? They're not invested. From the perspective of the people who are invested in this, they are already going to know that information now. Because no matter how much redaction you do, they've seen the conversation happen live. Or they've seen the conversation happen in IC. So from a wider containment breach side, it almost doesn't matter. Because the people it's breaching containment to don't care. They care about the Aiden side of the story. And from the perspective of the people who do care, well, they now know. So the damage is done.
Yeah, possibly. I'd have to think about that a little bit more. So, for example, when Chud reacts to this on stream, he doesn't know what this woman's name is. That bit of information isn't public. because I redacted my stream before Chud ever watched it. If people are watching Queeman's coverage, I don't know what Queeman did or didn't leak, but yeah, so it's going to be. I'm going to think on that a little bit more
before it was redacted. Before you did any redaction. I mean, I'll cover your stream tonight anyway in about 7 minutes.
But I don't know if Queeman's stream is redacted now, or if he's like privated it, or what. That's what I'm saying. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know how public the further sharing has been. After Aiden said it.
Well, I think, yeah. Again, I think redaction is a responsible thing to do, or it's a nice thing to do, but at this point, because of what the story is, it's like you're. I don't think if you didn't redact, I wouldn't have major criticisms for you.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have a particular stance on that. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a good thing to do. I just don't think it's like if you didn't, I wouldn't forget you over it. I think that'd be just pointless and gay.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, because I guess the whole thing is like the original audience who's watching it live, and then the people who go and click on the VOD to be able to have a look, and all the people who are clipping it, it's probably already included in there. But then subsequent people who are coming back to watch it, I don't know. The fact that other people started watching it, started going back and like watching my stream, made me think that I wanted to. I don't know if I'd morally condemn somebody else if they hadn't have done it. I don't know.
I mean, realistically, we're talking about like the hypothetical levels of risk attached to this, because it's also a case where, you know, Lyo does have people who will do things to him IRL. You know, he was swatted twice last year. So there
I was not aware of this.
Did you not know this? Yeah, he was swatted twice last year. Okay. So there is clearly a level.
Who was?
Lyo.
Oh.
So there are clearly people there who are looking to do potential real world harm to Lyo Convoy.
To be fair, I know with examples of I don't know, what the fuck is her name? Is it Katie Coy? Kathy Coy? Caitlin Coy, I think the girl's name is. She's been kind of like harassed by the same people, or at least the same groups. And you've had people go into her front door, trying to confront her IRL. So the people that are going after Lyo, it's not unbelievable that Lyo would receive IRL harassment. Or, I'm not gonna lie, even that his wife would receive IRL harassment over this stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's easier to do now. Yeah.
What do you think, Ico? This is probably going to be the question of the day. I don't know if Aiden is going to chill on this stuff, but do you see a path to redemption? What do you think is going to happen after this?
I think, well, okay, he does have, there are a couple roads that he could go down. And so he could take the L and be like, hey, that was my bad. I was drunk or something, whatever. Or he could just keep doubling down and it'll end him up in a bad place. He could like wreck his credibility completely. I don't think it has to be like that. But if he continues to double down, then I know that there was some stuff that you were saying, Dickers, about him trying to act like he didn't say things that he did say, or like that he took an L and then walked it back.
Yeah, so to be clear, because I feel like there's been like a level of confusion here. Maybe it's because I didn't argue the point well enough, or I didn't, because me and Aiden have had like probably hours of argument off stream about this already. And so, I just wasn't very mindful about that. But yeah, so Aiden claims that the workplace that he gave was not true. Aiden then later in the conversation tried to claim that the occupation that he gave wasn't true. Now, Aiden has shared information with me that kind of describes that, yes, the occupation that he gave is correct. Or it's like the difference between saying somebody that is like a pastry chef and a dessert chef. Or the difference between somebody working at a tofu place and I don't know, like an Oriental vegan restaurant. I don't know.
Okay.
It's that levels of degree.
Related. Yeah, it's in the same field or something genre.
Yeah, or saying that somebody is I don't know, a taxi driver or a truck driver. It's it makes it incredibly fucking easy. Aiden's never contended that the face is fake. Aiden's never contended that the name was fake. So, yeah. In fact, going and taking a look at where Aiden got this information from, because I think that I found that. I don't know why Aiden was trying to claim that he never knew what she did for work, or that he never knew where she worked, because it's pretty easy to find, given the information that Aiden has given me, to try and find out where he originally got this from. And you can just see it there. So Aiden has read this stuff, and it seems as though he's tried to do it to his best recollection. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the information. So, name's real, face is real, occupation is approximate, basically correct, and then workplace is fake. Yeah.
So he just lied, pretty much.
Yeah, look, I think that Aiden felt as though he was backed into a corner yesterday. And he also seems to feel as though
Whose fault is that?
me even mentioning it or bringing it up is like an attempt to fuck with him or dogpile him, which isn't true. Like, Parry mentions it on his stream. I'm reacting to it. And so I want to give further context, including the fact that Aiden has taken the L on it, right? Which Parry never includes. So I want to give more details about it. But yeah, I think Aiden was being, I would say, just openly dishonest in certain parts of the conversation.
Yeah.
Trying to pretend that he didn't remember parts of that call. That's obviously not true. We've spoken about it in days since. Trying to claim that Goat has got an equally intimate relationship with him as she does with me. I mean, it's just like lies. I don't know if he's trying to be obtuse and trying to be like, well, you can't prove that. Well, you can't prove that about details that we've had conversations with in voice call. I just don't believe that every time that there is something that he said in voice call that works against him, suddenly he can't remember that entire conversation. Until I bring up details and he can remember stuff to be able to contradict me. So I think that Aiden was, just being dishonest when we had the conversation, to be honest.
Yeah,
very annoying.
That would make me very itchy. I just, that would bother me.
I should go and set my own stream up. This has been fun,
Sure thing.
as always. Nice to speak to you, Aiko. I hope you have a good New Year.
You too, Beckett. I'll see you soon.
Cool. Peace, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
You guys are on good terms because of it. Yeah, again, I mean, I've said this a million times. Listen, probably a good time to mention, I have opened a Bloodsport server, like, with Vlad. It is a completely fucking neutral ground. If anybody wants to fight about anything, it is a neutral ground. You no longer need to come to me and say, Beckett, why won't this person talk to me? There's now a space, and if they're not in it, you can say they're being, like, I don't know, a bitch for not getting in the fucking fighting server, okay? So, it's Parliament. There's a tweet on my Twitter I've retweeted from Vlad. It is an open place. You can just go and fucking, like, join that server. It is there for you. I no longer want to hear anything else about how I'm not trying to get people in call. I don't care. Server's there. I'm even facilitating it for people. It can be on anything. And if you want a moderator, you can request moderation from any of the mod staff. And we have mod staff from everywhere. If you're from a community that feels underrepresented, you can request that one of your mods becomes a mod in that server, so there is somebody in your corner. Listen, it's going to be a true neutral space where everyone feels supported and uplifted to shit talk each other, because I am so sick of everyone doing this behind like blocks or little streams or whatever. Okay, there is a space, go fight in it, have fun. Right, there we go.